I was actually hopeless at drawing growing up. I was the only kid in 6th grade who couldn't draw a cube. I just didn't understand how you get a 3-dimensional object onto a flat piece of paper. And I dropped art as soon as I was allowed, which was year 8, and that would have been the end of it. But when I finished high school, I got a job as a nude art model, much to my mother's horror. One of the art schools that I applied to work for asked me to come in and watch somebody else model. And I sat in this classroom and I watched this beautiful model do these dynamic 30-second poses for an hour while everybody around me drew like mad trying to keep up. And I thought, I'd like to do this. And I found this passion for drawing, and very soon I was modelling to pay my way through art school. Learning to draw as an adult is a rare and exceptional thing, but it really is a myth that talented artists are born gifted. I learned to draw, and I know that anybody can, so I started teaching, and following this passion I set up a life drawing art school, and that was my dream. This was in the 90s, and I was driving around putting up posters on cafe notice boards and then sitting by the phone and hoping it would ring. There would always be this nail-biting period where I'd have the course half full and I wouldn't know if I was going to get enough people or if I'd have to cancel the people that had already paid. It was a pretty difficult period to market things to people, pre-internet days. I ran my courses with music and wine and games, and when I came up with the idea of offering these to Hens Nights, it was a perfect match. There really wasn't a lot of options for Hens Nights, and surprise, surprise, a lot of hens don't want to go and see a stripper. Coming and doing an art class and drawing a hot naked guy was the perfect combination of tasteful and titillating. Now, obviously, the hens don't come to learn how to draw. They come for a bit of a giggle and a perv, but they all leave feeling like, you know, they take their drawings home with them. They feel really like they've accomplished something. A lot of them want to know where they can do more drawing. Inspiring so many non-artists to draw is amazing. And it only took naked men to make it happen. Almost immediately the events were in such demand, I was pedaling hard to keep up, so I recruited other artists, and that was a real growing pain, training people to be me and relinquishing my creative concept to other people. And it's actually quite hard to find people who can have the drawing skills that we need and the personality to control drunk and rowdy groups, particularly in Brisbane. And then there's finding the models. Now, I'm a pretty innovative person, so hitting up random hot dudes in the street and seeing if they'll come and work naked for me isn't a problem. But finding reliable models is really difficult. This is the wedding industry, so the stakes are high. These are once-in-a-lifetime events. We can't cancel them. We can't say, let me give you a credit for next time. For the models, it's a few hours work 1 day a week, so we really need guys who are hot enough to please the clientele, but not so hot they just don't show up on the day. Because you haven't known stress until you've got 30 tipsy hens waiting expectantly and a model doesn't show. Sadly, there's no track your package. for those situations. Here's a cancellation text that I received on the day of the event. Hi Rainey, I need to say to you, I've got some pimples on my ass. I guess I need to leave it for another time. I don't want to make anything bad for you. Smiley face emoji. I've tried advertising for models and my ads kept getting banned, so I resorted to Gumtree because I love answering unknown numbers to the sound of somebody wanking on the other end. Luckily, the dick pics I received gave me an idea, and you'll never hear that sentence again. I thought I should try Tinder, right, to look for models. I mean, it's the birthplace of the flexing in the gym mirror selfie. It'd be like hunting in a sausage factory. So, inspired by my own days of modelling, I started like this. Hi Bradley, do you harbour a profound restlessness to shed your clothing in radical rejection of modern society's hysterical aversion to the unairbrushed human body, all in the name of art? You'd answer that, wouldn't you? That's worked for me. I did have much better luck with this. Hi Bradley, you're so hot. I really want to offer you work, but then I won't be able to ask you out. It's a really tough call. Sadly, all those fun and games ended in a lifetime ban from Tinder. Yes. So when the stripper industry started copying me, only they got rid of the artist, right? Because who needs a woman with any expertise when you have a hot naked guy to just hand out the art pads and the girls can pretend to draw? Now I had to compete with these Mr. Atlas muscle men who were getting paid double because those companies don't have an artist to pay. And on top of that, having the stripper industry offer the token art class, it really added to this misconception of my business being adult industry. And this made it even harder to hire venues, to do any marketing of any kind. Finding new models and new artists is really key. Business will tick along calmly for a little while and then suddenly, bam, disaster. I once lost an artist, a model, the venue I'd been using for 5 years, all in 1 week, all without warning. I had 16 events that weekend affected. It's pretty traumatic. Around that time I realised this amazing business I'd created, which I was really proud of, and kind of smug because who makes money out of art, had doomed me. It could put me, my working life was this hell loop of hot guys letting me down by breaking their word and making it my fault. I really wasn't feeling so smug anymore, and my bad dreams were made up of me driving at night and calling on the phone and trying to find a replacement model, and the whole group of hens locked out of the venue with all their food and drink in another city. It was pretty stressful. We once had a model in Perth who worked happily for us for a year. He just disappeared. We never heard from him again. He didn't show up on the day. We had all the hens there. I was on the phone with the artists. We tried everything and everyone. It really looked like we were going to have to cancel. And she went downstairs at the venue, found a photo shoot that was just finishing up, and the cameraman, dad bod and all, said, I'll do it, and went upstairs and saved the day, stripped off, and the girls thought he was fantastic. He was just this random guy. So we've still never cancelled an event, which is amazing. I have had periods where I have felt trapped by my business, and definitely if it was a job I would have quit years ago. I go back to the coalface and I run an event, and it is still so much fun even after 20 years, and we've brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. And aside from Hens Nights, we've done 70th birthday parties, we've done Mother's Days, we've done Christmas parties, office parties, gay bucks, lesbian hens, straight bucks, not too many of those, we don't advertise that. We've even done team building for accountants. Yeah, I think learning to draw, I feel like it's really taught me to become awesome at something. You really have to be prepared to suck at it first. And that's an amazing thing to know. So you persist with things even when they're not working. And although my dreams of building an art school didn't turn out quite how I planned, I'm very proud of my philanthropic gift to the world, objectifying hot naked men. Oh, wait, sorry, no. Enriching lives with art. And professional artists do love me for opening up their sacred world to drunk chicks just looking for a curve. But in the words of Nietzsche, we have art so that we shall not die of reality.